What's up, everybody? Welcome into the A-Ward Show. I'm your host and curator and producer and editor, all of that. I am A-Ward. Some of you guys know me as Dre. Some of you guys know me as Adrian. Some of you might know me as Coach Ward, but all of you know me as A-Ward. Yes. This is the first episode of the new show. For those of you who were tuned in and love the gray space, everything's going to be the same, but a little bit different. Me and Zeke are still good. Everything's good. I'm just doing my own show now. So this show is going to be about sports. This show is going to be about music. This show is going to be about some television stuff, shows, movies, games, trends. I'm going to get into it. And it's going to have segments where I'll break down each individual subject. And sometimes I'm just going to talk my ish, depending on how I feel. We will have guests from time to time. And I look forward to bringing some of the guests we had on the gray space and getting some new guests as well to talk about sports, to talk about all things that A-Ward wants to talk about. Now, let's get into the first segment. This is one of my favorites. This is the sports segment. This is Yo No Say Nada.
Yo no sé nada.
All right, this is the part of the show where we're going to break down some sports. I'm going to kind of give you guys some headlines, some stuff that I kind of want to tap into. I try to stay away from what everybody else is talking about. I have some ideas and some thoughts of my own when it comes to the sports that I watch. I'll sprinkle in a little bit of everything. I'm going to try to get better at getting some of the NHL, MLB. And if you guys are, want me to touch on a certain subject, you guys want me to speak on something, a certain sport that maybe I haven't tapped into, you guys let me know down in the comments section below as we take this journey together. Here we go. Let's start with the NFL. Thursday night game. We'll get right into it. It hurts, don't it? Jalen Hurts, underwhelming in his performance on Thursday night. Now, I will say this. We've got to chill with the Jalen Hurts. Like, every time Jalen Hurts has a subpar game, we're quick to, get him out of the top 10. Oh, he's a bum. Whatever the case may be. Let's be honest, the running game has not been as strong as it was last year. It's not even close. Saquon Barkley has had issues this year, and I think it just has to do with the usage he had last year. He ran a lot last year. Obviously, number one running back in football last year, barely ahead of Derrick Henry, and we see Derrick Henry's had his struggles as well. But I think the Eagles will be fine. I will say this about A.J. Brown. I think he's a fantastic receiver, but he did the same thing in Tennessee. Like, he's one of those guys who's like, I'm not going to say something, but it's obvious that he has an issue with how this team is being run. And that's fine. Look, there's only 32 starting quarterbacks. If you think you can get somewhere where, you're going to get the receptions and you're going to be more of the offense, then, force your way out, do what you got to do. But let's be real. Scat back, Cam Skattebo. Man, oh my goodness. Now, I watched Skattebo at Arizona State, and obviously high energy guy, man, like super, super high energy. We love that. I think he fits New York fantastically, but I'll be honest with you. I did not see this coming out of Cam Skattebo out of college. I did not see him being this good this quickly. I thought he'd be kind of a gadget guy in the NFL, maybe a second or third option at running back. And boy, was I wrong. I think with him and Jackson Dart, I think Cam Skattebo is actually the face of the New York Giants right now. As much as the Giants wanted to be Jackson Dart, I think they've got to lean into Cam Skattebo, and I think they can't fumble this one. Like, you fumbled the Saquon Barkley thing. You rested your laurels on Daniel Jones, and we'll talk about him a little bit later here. But you can't fumble this one. Make sure you take care of Cam Skattebo, because, man, he's cooking. And Zeke picked him up a couple weeks ago in our fantasy league, and he has proven Zeke right. Now, let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. The Browns are down the toilet. Not the toilet, toilet. Browns are down the toilet. Kevin Stefanski and the Browns organization, this might be the worst run organization in all of sports. Like, let's just be real. Browns defense has been really good this year. Obviously, yesterday they didn't play well against the Steelers, who are super surprising. I did not have the Steelers being this good, especially this early. But they fumbled every part of this whole Shedeur Sanders quarterback situation. First of all, Dylan Gabriel is not the answer. If you guys watched last week's game before Joe Flacco got traded, and then this week's game after Joe Flacco got traded, and we'll talk about that in a minute here, Dylan Gabriel's not the answer. And Kevin Stefanski is afraid to put Shedeur Sanders in because you know what? It's going to prove Stefanski was wrong. But my man, dog, right? It's the Browns, the dogs. Hey, dog, you about to get fired, Playboy. You better do what you got to do to win some games. You better put Shedeur Sanders in because you're going to get fired no matter what. So you might as well try to win. You might as well make it look like you're trying. And worst comes to worst. You got two rookie quarterbacks. You put Shedeur in, doesn't work out. Go back to Dylan Gabriel. Go find somebody in a trade, free agency, whatever the case may be. Shit, you still have Deshaun Watson. Get his ass off the massage table and tell him to come back while you bullshitting. But Kevin Stefanski, for you to sit here and say Shedeur Sanders is not the clear number 2, after you traded Joe Flacco, who was the number 1, then the number 2, and it's Dylan Gabriel and then Shedeur Sanders and then Zappy, who's on the practice squad. And we've seen what Zappy's done in the league. We're good. We're good. We're good. We appreciate it. We appreciate the story that you're trying to tell us about Zappy. But let's be honest, Kevin Stefanski. Let's be honest, Browns organization. Y'all have been crap for a long time. You might want to change your name because the Browns ain't it. The Browns ain't it. Figure it out. Figure it out. I do think Shedeur starts within the next couple of weeks, to be honest with you. All right, on to the next subject. This is one that I've really, really wanted to dive into. Gosh, Darnold. Darnold. I'm going to explain the Darnold tree, and I'm going to try to tie in a couple things here. So, obviously, Darnold had the year that he had last year in Minnesota, and that system, Minnesota systems, has obviously proven to be a good system for quarterbacks. They've rejuvenated a bunch of quarterbacks that have gone there. Obviously, Kirk Cousins did extremely well during the regular season while he was there. Then you get Sam Darnold, who was supposed to be the backup, right? J.J. McCarthy gets hurt, has a fantastic year. And J.J. McCarthy has looked good at times this season. I still do not believe in him. I still think that I don't know. I watched him in college. I wasn't really a fan. I didn't think he was that great. I didn't think he warranted having a high draft pick. But, hey, I've been wrong, and I'm going to get into something I was damn wrong about with another quarterback. But Darnold had the great season, and a lot of people said, hey, man, this guy can't duplicate it anywhere else. Don't pay him in Minnesota. Don't pay him. If you're going to pay him a little bit, but you got to pay him to be the backup. Because we want J.J. McCarthy on that rookie contract. And so Darnold leaves. Darnold ends up going to Seattle, who traded Geno Smith to Las Vegas Raiders. And we've seen how that's worked out. And Darnold has cooked this year. Like, they're 2 last-minute drives from being undefeated. They're 2 last-minute drives against NFC contenders. The Niners and the Bucks from being 5-0. And Darnold, and everybody said last year, oh, but he's throwing to Jetta. He's throwing to Jordan Addison. The Pope could throw to him. Shit, my dog could throw to them. That's all I heard last year. He's not good. He's just got those guys. He's got Jones in the backfield. Yeah, that's what it is. And then he goes down to Seattle. And mind you, they do have a complimentary run game in Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. They're not quite Sonic and Knuckles in Detroit, but they get the job done. Kenneth Walker in the red zone is an absolute beast. But they've got some guys, but there's one guy who the fact that they have this chemistry early. Jackson Smith and Jigba, JSN, has put the freaking league on notice. I know you talk about Jamar Chase. I know you talk about Jetta. I know you're talking about CeeDee Lamb over in Dallas and what he's been able to do this year. I know we're still having conversations about Stephon Diggs, even though I think that ship has sailed. But over here in Seattle, it's 3 initials. Y'all don't even got to pronounce my name, dog. It's 3 initials. JSN and Sam Darnold. Damn, Darnold, you been cooking, bruh. USC alum, you already know what it is. My guy, Sam Darnold. I do have Darnold as an MVP contender right now. Come on, man. All you guys said is Darnold's going to go down there. They traded DK Metcalf. It's not going to work out. He has nobody to throw to. It's JSN or bust. And damn it, is he not doing a great job right now? Literally two last-minute drives from being 5-0, 6-0. So, shout out to Sam Darnold. Here's where I was wrong about a quarterback, man. Justin's Jets land in the fields, man. They crashed. I've been wrong about Justin Fields. Anybody who knows me knows that I am a huge Justin Fields fan. I watched him at Ohio State. I watched him absolutely outplay Trevor Lawrence in a semifinal game where he got his ribs hurt and he ended up not playing as well in the national championship. I think if he didn't get injured, I think they win that national championship. The Bears have obviously shown that they are not great at developing quarterbacks, getting quarterbacks to their peak potential. And then the Steelers absolutely squandered that situation last year. And I just felt like Justin Fields hadn't finally gotten a chance to play. And he just hasn't looked good this year. I'll be honest. Like, he holds onto the ball way too long. He looks very confused. Now, the Jets are the freaking Jets, man. Like, the Jets and the Browns, they might be cousins, bro. They might be cousins. Shit, they might be brothers for real. I don't know. I really don't know. Because the Jets, like, they were bad last year. They're even worse. I thought Aaron Glenn was going to come to this team and bring some attitude and bring some toughness the way that Dan Campbell was able to in Detroit, and it just hasn't happened. I hope Justin Fields gets better, but Justin Fields has not looked well, and he used to be mobile. Like, he used to get out of the pocket. He's not Michael Vick. He's not Lamar Jackson, but he used to get out of the pocket, move the pocket, and be able to extend plays, and he just hasn't. He just looked stiff. It was weird. It was really weird. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what's going on with Justin Fields, but I've been absolutely wrong. I thought Justin Fields would be at least like a top 15 quarterback, and he hasn't been. Let's go to Dallas, man. Micah, mistake. Dak is the truth. While Jerry Jones convinces himself he's telling it. Jerry Jones be bullshitting, man. All you said was that run game's going to get better because we don't have Micah. And Green Bay looks like maybe top 6 teams in the league, maybe top 4 right now. To go to the championship. Definitely NFC contender. And the problem is man, Dak is playing MVP level. Dak is playing MVP level. And like legit, it's Baker Mayfield. And then I have at 2, Sam Darnold and Dak Prescott tied. You can't put up over 20-something points a game and lose. That defense is horrific. Like that, Dowdle, Panthers running back Dowdle, he told the world what he was going to do to you. And then he did it. He ran all up and down the field. He took his shoes off, his socks off, and he put his bare ass feet in your couch. Right where you put your head. Dallas defense. And y'all had nothing to say about it. Jerry Jones. Get Jerry Jones the hell up out of here. Get the Browns the hell up out of here. Get the Jets the hell up out of here. And get Jerry Jones and his bullshitting ass the hell up out of here. But Dak, you are playing like a goddamn MVP, man. And don't let anybody take the light away from you, brother. Don't do it. I love Dak when he was at Mississippi State. I thought he was going to be an incredible quarterback, and he's been consistent throughout the years, but he is playing lights out this year. Man, patty cake, Baker's man, bake me an MVP if you can. Baker Mayfield right now is a clear-cut favorite MVP. This dude is playing fantastic. Got him on my fantasy team. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. He is playing fantastic, man. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought Baker Mayfield would be this damn good? The journey that he's been on. Browns should have never let him go. We already talked about the Browns. We already know they're dumb as hell. Browns should have never let him go. He goes to Carolina, which at the time was Browns 2.0. And obviously, you remember, Darnold was there, right? Baker was there. They both left, go to better situations. Baker goes to the Rams, and in a pinch because Stafford got hurt, and Sean McVay, another one of those head coaches, geniuses who just knows how to make quarterbacks better and understand and film study and just those little tweaks that he does with his quarterbacks. And Baker goes to Tampa Bay, filling in the shoes of Tom Brady, who had made them contenders, made them winners. Big shoes to fill. I mean, obviously the GOAT, right? And he does it his way, man. He does it his way. He does it with attitude. He does it with trust. He plays loose. He plays fun. Baker is the guy that if you want somebody to know football, turn on Tampa Bay Bucks and Baker Mayfield this year, and it'll make you love playing the game because Baker plays like he loves the game, and they are absolute. I know they won every game close. I know it's been, fourth quarter comebacks, last 4 or 5 minute comebacks as far as them winning the games, but it doesn't matter how you win. If you get the win, you got to get the win. And he got the win, and he's getting the wins. And I do have them as a Super Bowl contender for sure. Now let's get into the Sunday night game. Why we always lying? Mahomes is back. Stop freaking lying. Mahomes, John Jacob Jingleheimer Mahomes is my home too. Mahomes, bro, look, man, the Lions played okay. They came out with a great drive in the first series, and they've had the number one offense in the league up until that point. The Lions will be fine. The Lions will be fine. Dan Campbell is a hell of a coach. He'll have them ready to go. But every time we think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be crap, they still got that dude over there, man. They still got Andy Reid. They still got Patrick Mahomes. They still have those guys. And damn it, if last night, if they didn't look like the best team in football, man, like if you're Josh Allen right now, you're like, ugh, damn it. Ravens all the way up out of it because they're 1-6 now. They got their ass kicked yesterday. And if you're anybody in the AFC, especially the Bills, I mean, you look at the Chargers, they barely won yesterday. They like, God damn it. Justin Herbert, this was my year. This was my year. Why you gotta do this to me? And man, they gonna fuck around and win it all again, man. Damn it, man. Damn it. Damn it, man. The Chiefs are gonna do it again. I just want y'all to soak that in. I'm looking off to the side. I gotta look off to the side. I can't even look you in the eye. Can't look you in the eye, man. The Chiefs are gonna do it again. They're gonna win again. Damn it. Book it. All right, let's get into the NCAA, man. For my college football fans out there, we're going to go over this really quickly. It's Ohio State versus everybody. Point blank period. You can book it. Ohio State's going to win the national championship. They are the best team in college football. Now, Indiana did show that there are some things that you can do to be competitive against them, but they're just too tough. If you keep them out of the red zone, minimize mistakes. Well, guess what? That's how you win football games. So, basically, you got to be perfect against Ohio State or you're going to lose. This is kind of a funny thing because Colorado had a great win yesterday. Florida State did not. Florida State lost, and they were supposed to be one of the top teams in the country this year. They started off really good. But if anybody remembers or anybody who's paid attention to college football, Deion was actually a contender to go coach Florida State before they made the decision to go with their current coach now. And I think it's time for Prime, man. I know he's got some health issues. I honestly think Prime has done what he can do in Colorado. There's limitations to that college. Especially in today's NIL transfer portal. There's just limitations, and FSU is a bigger brand of a school. I think it's time for Prime. I think it's time for Prime to go to Florida State and coach, man. He's the short answer for sure. He's the short answer for sure. And I think with all these power conferences moving and changing, and Florida State could be looking to make some moves in a couple years. I don't know that, but I would guess with the way that the Big Ten is rocking, the way that the SEC is rocking right now, the way just college football movement is working out, Prime would be the short answer to have a quick turnaround, and I think he would leave that school in great condition. Let's talk about UCLA, man. Skip to the new household. Tim Skipper and Neuheisel, they're building real estate and for the Bruins, for the UCLA Bruins, in a place where there is no land to build real estate in Southern California. But they are building real estate. They look fantastic ever since the change. That offense looks night and day. It's opened up like crazy. Those kids are believing, and they are the initiator for a firing that happened yesterday as well. We'll get into that in a minute. So yeah, UCLA Bruins, man, Big Ten all day. Let's go. The Red River runs dry. Texas won in an underwhelming fashion against Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. Say that 50,000 times fast. Put my country accent on for the Red River rivalry. Oklahoma and Texas. I still don't think Manning is as good as advertised, but that's up to you guys. You guys love him. Boring game. The way the SEC is looking, like Texas, even if they make a little run, I still don't think they're gonna do anything or make any waves as far as contending. Like I said, it's Ohio State versus everybody, but I still don't think they were supposed to be one of those teams, and like Manning isn't the answer, man. Go get Ewers, bring Ewers back. Shit, bring Vince Young back. Might need to call Vince Young. See, is Vince Young old enough to have kids now? He probably has a son somewhere. And playing football. Go recruit him. I actually wrote down this headline before the news happened. It was James Franklin or Keegan Michael Key if anybody remembers, or if you've ever seen this skit where Keegan-Michael Key from Key and Peele show, he actually acts as James Franklin, the head coach, former head coach of Penn State, and goes to Penn State and like does the whole, talks like him, runs like him, the whole thing. It's a very funny skit. If you haven't seen it, it's absolutely hilarious. And I thought James Franklin is a good coach. Don't get me wrong. He has won a lot of games, but he shits the bed whenever it's his moment. They were supposed to be the real contender to Ohio State. Like, there was a real conversation at the beginning of the year. Who's the better team? And obviously they lost to Oregon, which is not a bad loss because Oregon is, top 10 ranked team. Like I said, UCLA a couple weeks ago, they got them, but I think we're seeing that UCLA is kind of turning the corner a little bit, especially after they fired their old coach, interim coach Skipper, and the offensive coordinator, Neuheisel, which is Neuheisel's son, by the way, if you guys don't know, have done a great job there. But then they lost this past weekend. Yeah, I think it's kind of been overdue. I did think he was going to get fired after that loss this weekend, but I mean, I didn't think it was going to be now. I thought it was going to be after the season. If I'm James Franklin, I sit out the rest of the season. I chill. I think they owe him like $49 million still. He's still going to get paid. These college coach contracts, man, are crazy. You fire any man, get paid to sit at the crib, and then I look at the landscape. Look at the landscape. There's going to be some openings this year. Go pick your spot, because James Franklin will get a head coaching job. He will get a head coaching job. I think he probably should go as a coordinator somewhere. I think he's the type of guy who could be decent in the NFL too. But James Franklin, you go chill, call up Keegan-Michael Key, man, see if you guys can do some skits. You know what I mean? Do some shows, maybe do a podcast together. Figure it out. You already know what time it is, man. It's the Trojans all day, man, but I need protection. Man, because the Trojans win convincingly against Michigan, but can we trust them? Man, did my USC Trojans look fantastic this past weekend against the number 15 team in the state, Michigan, or in the country, excuse me. Michigan. Shout out to my Detroit homies. And they dominated. They looked fantastic. They pushed Michigan around, man. They were physical. Defense was flying around. Running game, we're down two starting running backs. Doesn't matter. Go get the guy who's on the injury list. Activate him. Call up the league office. Can we activate this guy? Oh, man, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Comes in the third quarter, starts cooking. Maeva's playing lights out. Maeva's playing lights out. But he has to be consistent, man. The week before that, interceptions. He threw a bad interception this past game. He's got to be better. He's got to be consistent. If he's consistent, man, this team is something to be reckoned with. Now, USC Trojans' schedule coming up is hellacious. It's hellacious. It's going to be a tough schedule, especially this time of year. Cold weather teams are going to be on the road. They play Notre Dame next, which is obviously probably the last time they play Notre Dame because their contract to do the rivalry game, I think this is the last year. So definitely a great game to go to, man. If you got tickets, go down to their South Bend. But yeah, I think they got Notre Dame, Nebraska, who's been playing really well. So if they play the way they played this past weekend, man, look the hell out. I'm just saying. They ain't gonna beat Ohio State. Don't get me wrong. Shit. You might see your boy in here. Dun, 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 dun. Fight on. All right, let's talk about Paul Feinbaum, man, really quick. I kind of looked at the story, and I am not a Paul Feinbaum fan. If anybody has ever seen Paul Feinbaum, he is a college football analyst for ESPN. He went on the podcast. All this political shit, man, I don't get into it. You know what I'm saying? I keep my opinions to myself when it comes to that shit, whatever side you're on. And I feel the way I feel about it, but I only will talk to those close to me about it. I really don't care what side you're on. as long as you're a good person. That's what I think. But shout out to my people out there who are doing good things in the community. But Paul Feinbaum went on a podcast, said some things about him running for governor or whatever. I think it was governor, and had some comments. And then he was essentially pulled from most of the ESPN shows where he was a guest. Now, he's not fired from ESPN, at least from what I know, but he is suspended. And I think we got to be careful with this, like suspending people. These, podcast shows, TV shows, interview, like there's so much media and social media out there right now that, and analysts and sports news shows and news shows, they are able to say more, do more, be more open to the public than they were, even in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, because of the invention and the blow up situation of social media and shows and people being able to create their own content. People being able to tell you their own stories from their perspectives. It leaves people vulnerable. I think ESPN's weird about shit, man. Like they'll suspend you, but then they won't investigate. And then when they do investigate, they're like, all right, ABC obviously, right, with Jimmy Kimmel. The way that the Disney company handles their talent is extremely odd to me. And you don't even got to, I don't know. I'm not there. I've never worked there. I don't know anybody that's worked for them. But shit, you go watch Pablo Torre, you go watch Dan Le Batard, Jamel Hill, a lot of these people, that worked there. Go watch their stories. Let them tell you, because it is weird. It is weird how they handle their talent. They're the number one. They're the flagship. They're the number one sports. We get it. But, man, Disney and ABC and all that shit, man, they be handling their talent weird. So, and I'm not a Paul Feinbaum fan. Never happened. Never happened. Like, Paul Feinbaum looks like he used hard R for sure. For sure. But I still think they did him dirty. Now, let's get into the next segment. This is Turn the TV Off.
TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
All right, this is a portion of the show where I talk to you about things I've been watching, whether it's movies, whether it's TV shows, or sometimes things I've been playing as far as video games. I'm about to get that new Ghost of, I forget the name of it. I played Ghost of Tsushima for PS5, and that game was fire. If you've never played that game, go download it. I think you can get it for free if you have a PlayStation Plus. But the new one just came out. I just haven't had time to get it. And when I get it, I want to sit down and play because the first one was fire, and I heard the new one's gonna be fire. I heard the new one is fire. But what I've been watching, Terminal List, The Dark Wolf. If you guys have not seen the Terminal List with Chris Pratt, the first one, on Amazon Video, go watch that. Please go watch that, because you have to go watch that. I guess you could watch this one first, but if you watch the first Terminal List, it makes this one even more interesting. So Terminal List, Dark Wolf is a precursor to the first one, Terminal List. And I'll give you, I won't spoil anything, but the main character in the new season of Terminal List is kind of a side character in the first one. And Chris Pratt in the first one is the main character, and it follows some crazy things that happen after he gets home from war. It's a war movie, but there's like twists and turns, and then there's some CIA shit involved, and like it just gets crazy. So the first one gets crazy, and this guy that's the main character in the new one is like this dude's best friend. And so it follows this brother in the new let me look up his name, man. Cause this dude, he's fire. Like, he's been in a couple things and he's great in like action stuff. Let me look up his name. Give me a second here. Cause I'm just saying this dude. Taylor Kitsch. Kitsch. This dude's fire, man. He plays Ben Edwards in both Terminalist, obviously. And this follows kind of how he got to the point of the first Terminalist. So this is all before that. Go watch it, man. Twists and turns. The big werewolf dude from what's his name? Tom Hopper. From the Umbrella Academy. If you guys ever watched the Umbrella Academy on Netflix. That big werewolf, I think he's Australian. Is he Australian? Let me see. Oh no, he's British. My bad. Hold on. My bad, Tom Hopper. He's in that. I was like, yo, that's a dude. That's a dude from Umbrella Academy. And that dude, I thought they like kind of overdid it in Umbrella Academy, but like how like swole and gigantic, like giant they made him look. But that dude for real, like towering over fools, man. Fire show. I haven't finished it yet. I'm still going through it. So don't say nothing. Don't spoil it for your boy. Still watching it because I got to watch a little bit at a time because I ain't got no time. But fire, guys, go check that out. All right, now let's get into another segment. This is the music portion. And anybody who's familiar with the gray space and what we did there, I'm keeping it the same. You already know what time it is. This is What You Heard. All right. For this week on What You Heard, this is an album I've been sitting with for a little while now. And this brother was on Rhythm and Flow, the first season on Netflix. West Coast artist, you already know. You know me, I'm big Westy. And this is his third studio album. This is D Smoke. Wake Up Super is the name of the album. Fire fan. Look, this dude, D Smoke, has been fantastic through his first 3 albums. He's taken his time. Every time he's dropped, it's always taken a couple of years. Like, it's not like he drops and then 6 months to a year later, another album. He really sits with albums and lets them marinate. He'll drop a deluxe in a year that'll have like 5 more tracks on it. He really promotes the album. And this one is dope, man. A lot has to do with his mother, seemingly. I'm pretty sure it's his mother. And what seems she's passed away. For those who don't know, D Smoke has 2 brothers that are also in the industry. If you're familiar with Sir, the R&B artist, Fire, and his other brother, I want to say it's Davion. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is a writer in the industry and also a music artist and R&B artist as well. So very talented family. Their parents were musicians as well. And D Smoke just delivers again. Wake Up Super, the starting track, title track, sets it off. And then you've got songs like Nah 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 with La Russell, who's been on a freaking tear this year. My favorite song on the album, No Passes, super, produced by Mike and Keys. Fire. The piano in this is crazy. The 808s are crazy like that. That's my I'm getting ready to get into some brawlic shit song. Like when I want to like get hype, No Passes is it. But Chin Up is fire, man. This song Fire is fire. Biscuits with Snoop Dogg, fire. I love that he had Jane Hancock on this album as well, man. She's a dope artist out of the West Coast. Super vocalist. Signed with Snoop, and she's been killing it, man. Like, if you guys are not familiar with Jane Hancock, go look up her music. She's super dope. She was featured on Couch Your Blessings. Like, every song on this, man, is done so well. The flow of this is incredible. D Smoke still using the Spanish to English and all of that is incredible. And yeah, man, go check this album out. The album is Wake Up Super, Super Good, from D Smoke. If you guys are looking for some good hip hop, this is definitely it. I want to, at the end of every show, I'm going to do what I call the narrative. And it's going to be something that I've been thinking about, something that I've either experienced, I've been thinking about, something that I may have talked to somebody else about, maybe something that they're going through. And it's going to be a narrative that it's either going to be a narrative that I'm going to try to debunk or whatever, or I'm going to explain to you. And I think the big narrative right now is the journalists, the analysts, the sports commentators, media commentators that are just their content is based on going at other commentators. It's going at other journalists. It's going at other media members. It's not based on their opinion of actual things. And I think we need to get back to real journalism. The media beef is overcooked, man. It's overcooked, dry as hell. All the moisture gone, man. Like the media beef has to stop. Go, if you talking about basketball, now if you disagree with somebody's point, pull up on them. Pull up on them. Go to their show. Go to their show. Invite them on your show. And y'all have a real sit down conversation. But the bullshit of getting on and being like, I disagree with that dude. I hate that dude. That dude corny. I hate that dude. It's corny, man. It's corny. Stick to talking about the actual subject. Stick to talking about the actual sports. What you seeing on the field, what you seeing on the court, what you're seeing in the world. If you talking politics, stick to talking politics, policies, procedures. If you talking football, talk about football. But stop going at other. You got. The Marcellus Wileys, who I love. Like, these are all dudes I love their content. And I love what they've done. But it's starting to be, Stephen A. and Marcellus Wiley and Ryan Clark and Shannon Sharp and all these dudes going at each other, and Cam Newton and every single one of them is dope in their own right. Like, they're dope. I loved Marcellus Wiley for years, man. Going back to sports, what was it, Sports Nation? Like when he was on ESPN, loved him when he was on Fox. And I still think he brings a great knowledge to everything. I think Ryan Clark does that as well. We can disagree with each other without hating on each other. And if you're going to disagree with somebody, pull up on them. Stop all this like getting on the camera and be like, yo, first off, come on, man. Y'all be trying to Tupac too much. Relax. Get them up out of here, man. Look, I appreciate you guys, man, for tuning in to episode 1 of the A Ward Show. I'm going to, if you guys have suggestions, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I'll be just chattering. You know what I mean? Chattering. If you guys got suggestions for me, things you want me to talk about, do I need to keep it shorter? Do I need to talk about some other shit? You know what I mean? You let me know. But I appreciate you guys for starting this journey with me. Make sure you tell a friend to tell their cousin, tell their mama and them to pull up on the A Ward Show. We're going to have fun, man. It's going to be some real conversations, real sports, real trends. We're going to have some real conversations, man. Some narratives, some music. You guys got some shit you want me to listen to, or some shit I haven't watched, or a game I need to play, or whatever the case may be. Or if you want to argue with me about my points about Sam Darnold being an MVP candidate. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk shit about the Trojans, man, pull up. My bad. I'm getting all hype. But yeah, man, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend, and I will see you jive month turkeys next week. Have a good week, y'all. Peace.